Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Upper Tier Podcast, the football podcast we bring you each and every week. It is Thursday. It's Thursday Tier Talk. You know, when these two faces are on your screen, we're going to be talking Premier League, League of Ireland, the Ballon d'Or, and a quick look back at the Carabao Cup as well. So let us know any questions in the chat. Let us know. Make sure you are subscribing, hitting that bell notification button, and of course, dropping a like on the video. We appreciate all your support. Warren's in there. Big up, Warren. Hope you are well, my friend. Hope you are good.
It's not a question I have. It's just a look at our fancy new graphics.
It's only a background I put on. It's nothing major. Don't worry about that.
But doesn't it look good and flashy?
It keeps our skin shiny.
I like it. I think it looks well, pal. Turn around. Let me just give you a little pat on the back. There you are, brother. I got you, my guy.
Right, let's get into Baz is in as well. Just grab Baz there on the way in as well. Big up, Baz. Hope you're good, pal.
Hi ho.
Right.
Oh, do we need to see the league table after 5 games?
We put the league table in on every slide. The league table's been in there since game 1.
You are a fucking snake. Do you know that?
And you know something?
Fucking hell. Yeah,
well, what's that? I didn't even put it in for the league table. I put it in for that beautiful midfielder, Ryan Gravenberch.
Right. The lad that's better than Jude Bellingham.
And I'd like
Don't
to preface
do drugs,
this,
kids. Drugs are bad.
And I'd like to preface this by saying I didn't create that graphic. I just snapped it. There you go.
Right, okay.
Right. 12:30.
Has Rupert Murdoch got anything to do with it?
Rupert Murdoch would have a lot to do with it.
Down on the bottom of it here, the red and blue.
Is the giveaway. Absolutely. Well, we like to promote other organizations on the
do you know what I did today?
What?
You will never guess what I did today.
Go on.
Listen to a podcast.
Oh. Which one was this now?
Well, you know, I don't generally listen to podcasts. Not
even our own.
Well, obviously our own. But usually I'm having a hand actor part in that. So, you know, you don't need to listen to it. Yeah. I listened to a football podcast today.
Called?
I was experimenting on my phone last night. Don't know whether the people in the chat know I'm a little bit technologically challenged. Like I can just about send a text message or a WhatsApp. And I was looking at my Spotify yesterday. And I just went through and I started clicking on a few bits and then stuff started to unfold in front of my eyes. And I was like, oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. And then I went in and I listened to a podcast today. Now, I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could guess what I listened to. Podcasts. I'm sure you could guess.
Well, I presume it was the United Stand or the Football Terrace.
It wasn't.
Okay.
You're not a million miles away.
Stretford Paddock?
No.
Flex's one? What's Flex's one? United View?
No, it wasn't a Man United specific one. It was the boys on the Overlap.
See, I don't really consider that a podcast.
Why?
I consider that just an extension show, really. You know, that kind of way. I think it's more than a podcast. It is good though. Where they thought this is the one where they were talking about the Ballon d'Or now.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't watched.
They only released it this morning.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
So when I decided what I was going to go through, I went, sure, listen, I'll have a little look-see at that one, you know. And that was the one I went for. It was the Stick to Football podcast, The Overlap, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good, I have to say. It's good. The Keith, you've no idea, pal. You've actually no idea. Niall
Keith does fill up.
Niall will break it down for you one day, pal.
Keith, all you have to do is go back and look at a podcast in around Royal Rumble 2024 and you'll know. That's all I'm saying. That was the one where you fell asunder and had a meltdown, remember? Maybe you couldn't get a goal. Remember, you were using StreamYard and it wouldn't work. It was jumping for you in the hole.
Was I doing this? Yeah. No, I think we found out what the problem was. That wasn't necessarily a me problem, by the way. Yeah.
You being a tick shite was part of it as well. Let's be honest.
I don't think it was. You pretty much told me it wasn't as well. So I'm not having that now.
Preparation is always key.
Well, did he miss a penalty or did Butland save it?
It's one of the same, isn't it?
Well, no. If I miss a penalty, I missed the target. No, keeper saves one. Keeper saves one.
No, well, if you miss it, would mean you don't score. You've missed it.
I'm different. I'm different. If you miss it, you haven't hit the target. If the keeper saves it, the keeper saves it. They're two different things. For me.
Yeah, well, it's split hairs here.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Jack Butland with a good save.
Yeah. Anyway, are you going to tell me about this podcast so we can get into this preview?
Yeah, I just had a little listen to it on me. I got new headphones, so I was all happy with myself and all, and put my new headphones on. And no, it wasn't that. That was a few weeks ago.
That's happened a couple of times now. I think they've done that twice or three times at this stage now.
And they're great together, I have to say.
Yeah. And I could see why Ian Wright would frustrate you a bit to shout at him.
Little bit. Yeah. But I wouldn't shout at him because I just think he's too nice for guys, you know what I mean?
He is. He's a soft sell, isn't he?
He's a great guy. I really like him. He's the kind of guy you'd want to go for a point with, isn't it?
Yeah, he seems a genuine nice fella.
Yeah, he does.
But I'd say, do you know what it is? I'd say if he's a friend of yours, he's a lifer and he would do anything for you. He's the kind of guy you could ring.
100%.
Yeah.
Kind of like me or you.
Yeah, kind of.
I have to tell you now, going to be a bit controversial here. Does Jill Scott ruin it a little bit?
No, do you know something? Because if you watch a lot of the back catalogue episodes and all, she's actually very good in it, and herself and Kane are very good. Now you might
not having it.
I haven't watched this one. Well, you should go back.
I've watched a few of them. I don't know whether you remember. I watched 3 of them on the plane over to Portugal as well.
Yeah.
They were on the Aer Lingus, just the multimedia thing on the screen and whatever. And I had a little look. They've kind of lamped her in the middle of a lad's discussion and of a lad's chat, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you look at the episode where she's
it's another one of those. No, that's funny, but that's a one-off. That doesn't happen week to week, you know. And I'm like, what's wrong with 4 lads sitting there shooting the breeze? Like, why did we feel the need? We had to stick a woman in on top of them. Like, in the same way, if it was 4 women talking about, you know, whatever they were talking about, would we feel the need to lamp a man in on top of them? Well, we shouldn't really. Well,
I think that's the way punditry has gone. Nearly every show now nearly has female representation on it, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. But that's wrong. That's wrong for my money.
It might not necessarily be wrong, and it might just be different.
Yeah, but like, you have to look at levels here, right? So I'm obviously a tennis coach. We look at Serena Williams. She's the best female tennis player the world has ever seen. She probably gets beaten by like number 500 in the world in the men's side. Like, he mauls her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you wouldn't go on a podcast, have a discussion with her and value her opinion. No, it doesn't. However, it also means there's a certain sphere where she works, and then there's another one where maybe she doesn't. Do you know? Maybe. It's for me, it's horses for courses, really. You know what I mean? You're always gonna get a you're always gonna get a kind of a different kind of opinion on it and stuff like that. Do you love that every time you watch football now, that one of the pundits has to be a female, not for anything to do with football knowledge, just because the rules say so? Well, the rules don't say so. This is just the way things. You know. Well, not necessarily. Where does it say the rules that on a 5-person panel you have to have a female? Where you have to? What do you mean you have to? Like the law now. It's not the law. Are you joking me or what? It's 100% not the law. Show me on Sky Sports where it says they have to include
have
a
a look.
female pundit.
Well, they're not going to announce it on the screen, but like, there's look at the background history around this. They have to bring a certain amount of, you know, ethnicity, sexuality, you know, gender involved. Like, that really shouldn't have anything to do with it.
Well,
you know,
the difference is as well is they're trying to reach out to a broader audience as well. Because one thing that we can't dismiss is the fact that there is female fans out there of the Premier League. So they're trying to
and like, I get that.
And, yeah.
But have you like
that's a different discussion than whether you believe that the person on there is at the right level that it should be at. That's a very different discussion.
I don't think it is, because I think no matter who you put there from one side, they're not going to have the level of qualification to be sitting at that table. Do you know what I mean? Not a fan of Righty, no.
I think it's the way he talks now about Arsenal. Big Ange bottled it last night.
Well, did he bottle it, or did Anthony pop everyone's balloon?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
Yeah.
Took the goal well as well, he did. This? Told you.
Yeah.
You can't just, you know, decide you're going to put... Like, if you put 4 white lads on the panel, the show will be shut down, like, in 20 minutes. It's a little... Do you know what I mean? It just grates me a little bit, like... And it's not to do with colour, race, sexuality, gender, nothing. It's not that. Like, I'm not a hater of anybody. You know that more than anyone. But, like what is wrong with me listening to that with Righty, Carragher, Neville and Keane? Why do they feel the need to just get Jill Scott and go, we're just going to pick this one up and just plop her right in the middle of this?
Because for the simple reason I told you already, there's a whole massive female audience out there that might want to tune in and see what Jill Scott
But that's not what they put her in. They put her in because of the quota. That's not, you know what I mean?
Dan, there's no quotas on a podcast.
There's absolutely quotas in the mainstream media.
Darren,
100%.
Let's not be silly here. That's a podcast.
It's mainstream media, pal. It has sponsorship. It's on Sky. It's the whole shit match.
There's a million podcasts out there. Joe Rogan doesn't have any female representation on his podcast. It's the biggest podcast on the planet.
Joe Rogan doesn't feel the need to, and he's also not being pushed from behind. This is to do with Sky. Sky have made this a thing because of what goes on in the background, you know, and the issues the Sky have had previously with, you know, Richard Keys and Andy Gray and stuff like this. This is going a long way back, so you know what I mean? Like, let's not forget the two boys were airlifted out there for comments made about Charlotte Jackson and stuff like that.
Yeah, we know the background and stuff like that. But I don't like. I don't know. Maybe we're just disagreeing on the same thing. It's definitely, you know, it's not a colour thing. It's not a colour thing. That's ridiculous.
What do you mean?
It's not a colour thing. That whole colour thing is gone now, as far as I'm concerned. No one even looks at that anymore. That's like, I don't look at pundits. I don't look at anyone's skin colour at this stage, and I never have.
No, so you're missing the point completely. It's not about anything like that. My point is, if I look at, say...
No, I'm talking to Acers here. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, sorry. I can't even see the comment. My apologies.
Yeah, I brought up, is it a colour thing? No, it's not.
No, Jesus, no. Well, clearly not, because she's white. You know, like, that's not it. And actually, I love Righty on it. And he's the only black lad on it. So, you know, it's certainly not.
Which is true.
What do you mean?
You can't, recruitment can't be based on gender. It's illegal.
Well, it can if they're trying to even up the numbers.
Yeah, but you can't go out saying, like Gary Neville can't come out and say, we've got Jill Scott in here because we're trying to even up the numbers.
He doesn't need to say it, man. We all know. Like, that's not...
No, but what I'm saying is, from a legal, I was saying to you, from a legal point of view, you don't have to have someone on there.
One of the biggest companies in Dublin City has done it recently, where they put jobs forward and the jobs are being given to women to balance out the gender thing. So
Mm.
I think you'll find it is.
Well,
It's
I've
a big
watched.
company. I'll mention them off air.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but trying to even out the gender balance doesn't necessarily mean that there's a law that says that like you have to hire a female over a male in
They
a
have to have
particular
a certain.
job
No,
position.
you're not picking her, but you have to have a certain percentage of them. That shouldn't be the case. Like if we look at what's the other one, Under the Cosh?
What's Under the Cosh?
The podcast.
What are you talking about?
You know the podcast Under the Cosh. Is that not what's it called? What's it called?
What's Under the Cosh?
Is that not a football podcast? No,
I've no idea.
We've spoken about this before.
I've never heard of Under the Cosh till you said it now. Unless I'm missing something.
You definitely Under the Cosh. It is, yeah. We talked about it before. 100% we've talked about this.
Well, I've never watched it.
But it's three blokes. And like because it's three blokes, they can talk about so many other topics where it doesn't have to. Do you know what I mean? You can't be like, oh, lady in the room, you know.
Yeah, but they might be targeting a different narrative or a different audience or something like that. Like,
but they're not as mainstream as Sky are. That's my point. Because it's Sky, it has to be 5 people. One of these. You know.
But recruitment laws are the same for this podcast as any other podcast.
What do you mean?
Like recruitment laws, labor laws, and recruitment laws are the same for every company. They're not different for Sky than they are for Under the Cosh.
Well, they may be because Sky is a publicly traded company. Under the Cosh likely isn't. Do you know what I mean?
But the labor laws are the same. It doesn't matter.
No.
Darren, a public limited company is only based on accounting and all that kind of stuff. It's not based on labor laws.
Because they're a public company and they're out there in the public, they have to adhere by certain laws, which other companies won't have to because they're not publicly traded.
Not in terms of labor. Labor laws are labor laws. No, it's not. Well, show me a difference. Show me a law that applies to Sky Sports that doesn't apply in the labour area and recruitment that doesn't apply to any other company in the private sector.
Well, Sky's issue with it is Sky know that their sponsors who pay them all this lovely money aren't going to come on board if they don't have one of these, right? So, whereas the other lads aren't as bothered by it.
That's not a law. That's not a labour law. That's Sky.
I didn't say it was a labour law.
Yeah. But you're saying that they don't. They have different laws. They don't have different laws.
No. I'm giving you a for instance. I'm not saying that's the difference.
No, I know.
But there is different laws for different companies.
They're not different laws. They might be different ways of how they want to present themselves.
And there's different ways to be interpreted, and there's different, you know.
But that's not necessarily a labour law. That's basically a company policy of how they want to do things in order to attract a certain situation or have a certain outcome.
And they've been told they have to now. There's numbers, there's quotas of numbers. Check it out. Do you know?
So many companies out there at the moment don't reach the quota. And what happens to them?
I'd say they can be fined and all for it.
I'd love to see a company that's being fined over gender quota.
Have a little look. See if you can root something out. I bet you will. Watch.
I'll never do. I agree with Keith here. I've watched her on it and I never at any stage felt she felt out of place. That's just me. But look, everyone's told their opinion. Yeah. I find her at times. I think her interaction with the lads is really good. The laws in the UK bar positive discrimination. It is illegal. You can't recruit to even up the numbers. Not in the UK anyway. You
can hear Keith or Warren.
Under the Cozy is under the
Cosh.
Yeah, football podcast. Recruit laws are laws the same for public and private companies. Yeah, I would have thought that's the case. I know from dealing with it before and being in the LRC and the WRC, I have a fair background in terms of what happened there from when it's gone skew ways a couple of times. So I definitely know
if it goes south, we know where to go.
Absolutely, because I've sat in those rooms when it gets helter skelter with lads and union representatives and everything. At times I felt like Neil Kinnock. But there you go. Anyway, let's get into this anyway. So what was your overall? You enjoyed today's one, did you?
I did, yeah. I did enjoy it now, I have to say. It's, and you know what I also realised? Again, it was another one of them moments, Keith might realise now in a minute, it's another one that, you know, I can listen to audio books and all. Yeah. It's like, I might, after I finish up here, when I climb into my lab, I might put the headphones in and just listen to a little audio book as I...
Do you know what I do? And this might be a tip for you in the car. You know, you know when you have your phone on in the car.
Yeah.
I just put YouTube on and I listen to it. But what I do is I pull down the flap screen. You know, the flap screen to go into your Wi-Fi and your settings and all. And I just let it play.
So mine is Apple Play. So once I can plug the cable into the phone and it all comes up on the screen for me.
Yeah.
So I only need to press the Spotify button in the car and I can do the whole, so I will be able to. And
it pulls your audio directly from your YouTube video?
No, directly from your Spotify account.
Okay.
And that's where I can get the audio books and the podcast and all.
Yeah.
Who knew? This is this Spotify is like Narnia.
Yeah. Do you know I
keep opening doors and all?
Do you know I sometimes put on a podcast and I go to sleep listening to it?
Just have a little.
Yeah, you just head off and
little snoozy Susie, like.
He was back in the building. It's been a while. He was in the other night as well. Big up, Romy. Good to see you back.
Randy snorting.
There we go. Yeah, people go to prison for not adhering to these laws. Yeah, right, let's get this preview because we're like, what are we now? 21 minutes in. We haven't even talked about the match yet. Brentford Man United kick us off 12:30 Saturday.
Yeah, I'm obviously a little more hopeful this week. I thought we'd get the win last week. I did tip us 2-1, didn't
I?
Yeah. I know people will say, "Oh, the sending off changed the game," and it did. But like, we were absolutely nut roasting them at that stage as well, by the way. And if the keeper doesn't get sent off there, the likelihood is we at least got 1-0 up.
I felt the sending off was because of the pressure you were applying to them. He just shit the bed.
100%. Yeah. There was it was panic stations. I think we're gonna. I hate to get too optimistic because you know what it's like, Niall. You step out from behind a park car and then there's a bus coming to clean you out.
You beat Chelsea and then Brentford smashed.
You know, yeah. And like, here's the thing: don't forget, Chelsea dropped points at Brentford as well.
Yeah, and you're on the cusp of that back to back again.
Right, and we're also in the early morning slot on Saturday morning. So there's loads of. He could be off. Hang on, go on, put it away. Oh, that's a pain. Penalty for Aston Villa.
Very good. Are you expecting Lemons to debut?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, and I'll tell you why. And the only reason I say this, let me just see if Ollie Watkins is on here. He handles that ball. That can't. Hold on, this is a nightmare. Well, he's definitely on. So the ball, Ollie Watkins is fouled. Yeah. In the Bologna half, and touches the ball with his hands, right? And the referee waves play on, yeah, and he gives advantage because he says Watkins was fouled, but in the process, Watkins touches the ball with his hands. So now is Watkins not in trouble because he's handled it, but the referee is the one that's given him the go ahead to handle it because he gave him the advantage. Watkins been played in behind and he's been clipped. It looks by Lewis Ferguson. And they've awarded the penalty. The check is over. Penalty stat. This is bizarre. Watch this tomorrow or later on. This is bizarre.
Baz, Darren has experienced that firsthand. Me just turning over and conking out.
Absolutely.
Do you know that sometimes, I fall asleep sometimes even during phone calls. It's mad.
I've seen you fall asleep at the counter in
Yeah.
the shop while I was
And
talking
it's
to you.
weird. I'm just such a light sleeper as well. I'm not a heavy sleeper. Our Acers hopefully lose. Yeah,
Who have we
Jordan
got
Hen.
here? Ollie Watkins stepping up. Looking to make it 2-0 to Aston Villa. Big deep breath into the Holt end. Watkins. A little shuffle to the left. Onto his right peg. Oh, he's put it down the middle and the keeper saves it with his legs as he dives out away of it. Oh, he's missed it.
Did the
Oh,
keeper save it, or did the keeper
saved
save it? Or did he
Keeper
miss
saved
it?
it.
Or did
The
he miss it?
keeper saved it. No, keeper saved it.
Ollie
Oh,
Watkins is
keeper
having a
saved it.
mare of a season, isn't he?
And I wouldn't mind, he won the penalty himself. And then he gets up. Now, I have to tell you, as penalty goes, it's absolutely dire. There's a line on the pitch. You know the way they've mowed it?
Mm.
And the line goes from the penalty spot towards the goal. And he's hit it dead straight down the line into the middle of the goal. Keeper goes to his right and it hits him on the shins and bounces out.
That sounds like a man void of confidence at the moment, taking a
Awful
penalty,
man. Oh
my
God, you want to have a look at yourself there with Ollie? Anyway, I think, listen, I'm going all in. I hate saying that.
Go on.
United 2-1.
Very good. Chelsea Brighton. Something that you might have a different view on.
I actually don't. I think Brighton are a different animal at home than they are away.
No Cole Palmer, by the way, I think.
No Cole Palmer. No. And I still think Chelsea will have enough. You'll probably have Garnacho and Gittins and João Pedro and, I think Chelsea. I think Brighton.
I love the way you say that. Chelsea should have enough with Gittins and Garnacho. The lads he just doesn't like. Oh God, I don't know.
They'll get over the line. It won't be pretty, but they'll get over the line. 2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, 2-1 Chelsea. Palace Liverpool.
I think you're all right here. I don't think it's an easy place to go to. However, if we look at it, the last couple of seasons when things have been difficult, you've been going in and it's been Eze and Sarr or Eze and Elise. You're going in this time and it's neither of the boys. No Eze, no Elise, no Sarr. It'll probably be Jeremy Pino and one other behind Mateta. I don't expect they'll be good at the back. Palace are solid. They'll be dogged. They'll be resilient. Mateta
midfield.
Yeah, Hughes and stuff like that.
Gordon.
If he's fit, there'll be a lot of that. But I think the issue is, I think they're really. Oh wow! Look, Bologna just hit the crossbar. Bologna just hit the crossbar with a header, but right onto the crossbar. What's that? Minute and a half after the keeper side Watkins penalty. That could be very difficult. Or could be very different, couldn't it? If it's 2-0 then. And sorry, Warren, it's not happening, pal. It's just not happening. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna go Liverpool 1-0.
Liverpool 1-0. No Ekatike either after the foolery the other night, Busher.
I feel a bit sorry for the kid.
Yeah, apparently he's getting fined 2 weeks' wages as well, I read today.
Slot was not a happy camper.
That's rough, isn't it? 2 weeks' wages.
Yeah, it is, but I can understand it because you know what?
It felt like a genuine mistake, though.
Yeah, but would you describe it as stupidity rather than anything else? I
would, but I think it was just a brain fart in a moment that the kid was so excited after scoring the winner.
That's stupidity.
Yeah, but you think it warrants 2 weeks' wages? It's rough, isn't it?
I think from Slot's point of view, it's not like he's put a tackle in to try and save. It's not like he's put a tackle in to try and win a ball or do something, It's just something silly. Yeah, and I think that's when he's in trouble. Yeah. I think that's where Slot has been like, hold on, pal, this is ridiculous. Do you know?
I heard people going in on Isaac today with the knee slide celebrations when they were saying, no, up against Southampton and knee slide and all this kind of thing. Warren's going for Liverpool 2-0. Very happy with that, Warren. Good man. Really appreciate that. Leeds versus Bournemouth.
Leeds with a great win last weekend, I have to say. A really good win. Away at Wolves, excuse me. And then Wolves managed to pick up a good win midweek as well from Everton. So a little bit of a merry-go-round going on there. I do think Brighton or Bournemouth are really good. They are. And I think they're a bit of a step up than a lot of what Leeds have faced so far. So
poor game, though. Poor game at the weekend against Newcastle. You watched it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. But like Newcastle aren't a bad team either, don't forget.
No.
You know, they're really, really not. So yeah, I think Brentford or Bournemouth might get over the line here. But I think it'll be close. I think it'll be similar sort of affair. I think Bournemouth and about to score maybe 2-1 Bournemouth.
2-1 Bournemouth. Man City, Burnley.
I don't think this will be a row.
No, but it should be reasonably
the way everyone else does. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you look at who Bournemouth have played, or sorry, Burnley.
Us.
Yeah, right. What score was it? 1-0. Yeah. They played us. We nipped them off 3-2. They played. Who else we got? Was it Forest last weekend?
I think so.
They played Forest last weekend. It was 1-1, right? They're not getting absolutely pumped any week, really. Like, they beat Sunderland, and then on the first week was their worst game. They got pumped by Spurs 3-0. Other than that, they've either won or been within a goal. Like, that's, you know what I mean? So I don't think it's going to be as clear cut as most people think it'll be. Now, listen, I still think City will win, but I think it might be a bit closer. Excuse me. Than people think it might be, you know, because they're going to go and sit deep like they did against Liverpool, like they did against United, and make it difficult to break them down and try and counter-attack. And, you know, they've come up with a reasonably good plan on how to pick up a certain amount of points, and they're doing all right so far. So, yeah, listen.
The one thing I found against them, against the bigger like ourselves and stuff like that, is they didn't try and counter-attack. That's the issue.
Well, I think you guys didn't maybe allow them to. That's different. But we had played them the week previous, and they scored twice on the counter. Do you know? So they also beat Sunderland when they scored 2 on the counter. They got one last week they were battered by Forest and got one last week. So they are scoring on the counter. I think you guys probably should have been home and hosed by the time you got the goal, you know? But they defended, they sat in very well and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why don't we go City 2-1?
You think it'd be that tight, yeah?
I do, yeah. And I don't think City are as magical as we think they are, you know. I have to say, I think only for the boy Donnarumma. You know, I think they lost last weekend as well.
Doku has looked better this season, hasn't he?
He has, and Foden looks like he's starting to hit a patch of form.
Yeah.
Haaland looks sharp as attack. Rodri's coming back in, and then you've got the boy Donnarumma looking unbelievable. I think their biggest issue at City is, and they spoke about it actually on the podcast earlier on. Like, with Pep going in a lot of the time with them 4 centre backs, you know. Okay, he's got Reed and Yuri on one side now. But like, he's been injured for a couple of games now, and when he goes in with the 4 centre backs, it makes them completely blunt going forward from a defensive point of view. You know, you don't have fullbacks getting high up the pitch, pressing little 1-2s, creating space. None of that, like, you know. So and Rodri generally sits in front and does a lot of screening, which means if it doesn't come from 5 players up top or the permutations off the bench, you can be left struggling a little bit. You know,
would you be worried about fitness at all? I read there the other day that taking Haaland off the other day wasn't tactical. Actually, he approached Pep and said he was a bit fatigued. He needed to come off.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange one for me.
We're kind of seeing a different Erling Haaland though this season, aren't we? Does he look like he's putting in a bit more work and stuff like that?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks like, and even the goal he got, the goal he got against Arsenal was a very Haaland for Dortmund goal. It wasn't him sitting up the top of the pitch waiting. Came short, got a touch, gave it, went round the corner. It was super centre forward play. Really was. And he took the goal very, very well. And he took the goals against us very well as well, you know. So he's sharp as attack at the minute, I have to say. Yeah. Really is. And scoring goals for fun. The issue is, I don't know whether what's around him is of the same level as where he is, you know. Now listen, he's on a different level anyway, but yeah.
You mean in terms of putting in that hard yards of work, right?
No, I just think quality-wise. I think quality-wise, like, City aren't near where we've seen them over the years. You know, like, no De Bruyne, no David Silva, no Sergio Aguero. Like, okay, we have Doku, who's starting to put in a few performances. You've got Savinho, who probably can put in a performance, but hasn't yet. The boy Cherky's off injured. Foden's had a dip in form. Like, they're not world beaters by any stretch. I think that the thing they have going for them is they've goals in the team in Haaland, and, you know, the lad at the other end of the pitch who's going to be able to keep a certain amount of clean sheets to keep them in it. They're the two biggest players for me, though. And if anything happens, either the two boys, Donnarumma or Højlund, you know, or Haaland, sorry, not Højlund. I'm really having a poor one tonight, Emily. They'll struggle, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Forest Sunderland.
Yeah, Ange isn't having a good time of it at the minute, is he? Now, I know he's only in the door, but I think this is something that our friend Marinakis should have foreseen. You go in and you take a squad off and Nuno Espirito Santo, and Nuno was very, very defensive minded. You know, he would set the stall out for clean sheets and look to nick goals from set pieces and counterattacks and stuff like this. And then you go to Ange Ball, and the lads are like, well, not quite sure how this is supposed to go, you know. And it does look like the messages that's like going from the North Pole to the South Pole. It's very, I think, in order to get to Ange, you would have needed to have a stop along the way, you know, and done a year with someone, or done, and just soften things a little bit. But to go from Nuno to Ange, it's huge. It really is. And I think you can see that there's problems at Forest. I really do.
Yeah, I think the ownership there, and I think the owner's going to regret some of these things that have happened. There's no doubt about it. What are you thinking? Are you thinking Sunderland?
I'm gonna do the draw. I'll do the draw. I'll do 2-2. That's what the ballerina said. 2-2.
I haven't looked at it much. Warren Markey normally follows that for us and stuff, so I haven't been watching it a whole lot, to be honest.
They're not on tonight, are they?
I don't think so, is it?
No, I don't think so. It's next week, right?
Next week, isn't it? Yeah. Big up, Phil.
Yeah,
how are you, Pop? Good to see you.
Hey, Phil. Hey, Big Phil. How you doing, buddy?
There we go. Tottenham Wolves.
Yeah, listen, it has Spurs written all over, doesn't it?
Our boy Ryan has been missing. Raul, said it earlier.
Oh, Rhino.
Hasn't raised his head this season. He's struggling, I'd say.
Well, it's not been easy. Look at that. Look at the table there. If he's listening, though, we do want him back in the chat because he's a pal of ours, our Ryan.
Absolutely, 100%.
Rhino. Hook us up, brother, yeah?
Granite Xhaka at Sunderland surprised me like the invention of the first ever pot noodle. Nottingham Forest, Sunderland 2. Interesting, Joanne. Interesting. Spurs comfortably.
Yeah, I think Spurs 3-1.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Right, into Sunday. Aston Villa versus Fulham. Big game for Aston Villa.
Absolutely. And they're hanging on here at the minute. It's 1-0, 83rd minute. But they've been under the cosh a little bit for a few minutes now, and Bologna are growing into this. I think it's that they're playing a dangerous game here, Villa. They're 1-0 up, and Bologna are really getting on the front foot here, And
at home as well, isn't it?
At home, and they get a goal kick, and what do? They bring the centre backs into the 6-yard box with the keeper to try and start playing out. And I'm like, get everyone up towards the halfway line and pump it and win the second one. I think Fulham they'll make a fist of it. They will make a fist of it, Fulham. They don't roll over.
No.
No, they really don't.
And they're playing well.
Yeah, no, I think the only thing is, if it's a confidence thing, this will do wonders for Villa, provided they can get over the line. But it doesn't take anything away from Fulham. Fulham are a good team. We're big Marco Silva fans.
I think Fulham are going to do them this weekend.
We'll go, and don't forget it's Thursday night, so it's not easy to come from your Thursday night game and go and play on a Sunday when Fulham have had the whole week off to prepare and rest and recuperate and all of that. So yeah, it could be. I think I'll probably just hit it. Oh God. Actually, do you know what? Kind of delighted he didn't hit it. I didn't realise who it was. He who shall remain nameless. Well, he just stuck it into row Z there, so delighted for you, you little snitch. Morgan Rogers gets absolutely levelled in the middle of the field here by John Lukumi, the Colombian centre-back. The ball falls out to the left-hand side to the rat. And he chops in onto his right foot. And he looks like he set it up perfectly to just bend it into the far corner. When someone checks in, they just put that little curler on it. Well, instead of being clever and putting that little curler on it, he tries to absolutely smash it and he nearly hits the corner flag. Delighted. Absolutely delighted.
There we go.
Filth.
He should not be named like White Hair Cigar Man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Fulham, what did you go for?
I'm going to go 1-1. Going to go to draw.
Newcastle United versus Arsenal. Pressure.
Yeah, I suppose if you look at it, it will depend on which Arsenal we get, right? And when I say
they were poor last night.
They were, but to be honest, it's the Carabao Cup, so there's going to be changes in the team, and you lose that bit of fluidity and stuff like that as well.
There's a strong team out, though. It's a strong team out, considering.
Yeah, but there was changes. There was a lot of changes,
Yeah.
Do there was, when I looked at the bench, I think the first 6 names on the bench were starters. So I know what you mean. Ben White played right back. The problem is Ben White ain't getting into starting 11 at the minute. He's behind Timber and Calafiori and then the 2 boys. And, so there is that. Kepa obviously played in goal as well. And, the bit part lads got a game or whatever. But I just look at last weekend and I think if Arsenal go out and start the game the way they finished the game, they win it. And I think this is something that Mikel Arteta is going to have to be able to do. And he's going to have to be a bit braver at times and go and try and win games rather than going out to not lose them. Yeah, I think Newcastle's a horrible place to go. I think it's tough. I think you have Elanga and Barnes there. You have the boy Voltamad, who's just started to get himself into the side. Osula got a couple of goals in the last few games as well, and
tidy player.
you've got Bruno Guimaraes, and you've got I should have hit that first time, and Tonali and stuff on Joelinton. So gonna be tough. Gonna be a good game. I'll really enjoy it now, I have to say. But I just think Arsenal might nick it. I'm gonna say 2-1 the Arsenal.
Well, they're going to need to, because if we believe Liverpool are going to beat Palace, then the gap will be 8 points going into that game.
Yeah.
And that's massive. That's massive. So, like, even at this early stage, you know?
Absolutely. Like, if it gets to double digits, are they giving the trophy out, like?
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I look at it and, like, we haven't even really gotten out of third gear yet, really, at times, you know.
I would have said second. But you're right, you know. I think that's the big plus for you guys. You know, if I'm a Liverpool fan at the minute, I look at the league table and I'm smiling, and I remind myself as I'm looking at it, and I go, we haven't even played well yet.
Yeah.
Haven't even played well yet. Now, here's the thing. That doesn't mean that when you do start playing well, you will win every game. You know, but I think they're going to be really, really tough to beat this season. I think the only thing that could harm you slightly is obviously that centre-back position. You know, if anything was to happen, Virgil or Konate, I think that would put a massive strain on things.
And obviously, shout out to Leone as well. We wish him well in his recovery.
Yeah, really, really sad for the kid, genuinely, because, you know, it was Southampton and it was the Carabao Cup, but he looked tidy. He looked solid. He had some nice touches, and you thought, all right, this is a good start, you know. This is what I want to see from a kid coming in. He's playing against Southampton, but he does look head and shoulders above them, right? And that's what I would have wanted to look. It's very tough for the kid. So, yeah, absolutely, 100% thoughts go out to him.
The only upside is he has a captain there who's gone through it, who'll guide him through his recovery and stuff like that as well, and keep him hopefully upbeat, you know.
Yeah. I still, listen, it doesn't make it any easier. No. But you'd have to hope he gets through it all, you know.
I think Liverpool needs to go in on January and go after it. Yeah,
absolutely.
That was going to be the case anyway. What do you think of Newcastle Arsenal?
Well, I do believe now you did a bit of competition, don't you?
I don't know. I think he's decided he wants Liverpool as well. So we'll see what happens. Madrid derby on Saturday as well, 3 p.m.
And the Ryder Cup, don't forget, lads.
Starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Have we got a show? That page is tough, isn't it?
It is. It absolutely is. But I think in one sense, it may not play into the Americans' hands. Because it's so tough.
Boisterous New York crowd as well.
Yeah, the crowd are obviously going to be great for the home team.
I feel more like a baseball game than a golf competition.
I think in the foursomes, which traditionally has been, you know, Europe's best seller, let's call it. I think in the foursomes they could do enough to have a lead going into the singles. And then it'll be
probably going to need it, aren't they? Probably going to need it.
I would think so. But, like, listen, if the Yanks come out and start driving the ball badly and hitting it in the rough, they're in trouble. The Europeans hit more fairways in general. You know, therefore they give themselves a better opportunity to hit greens and make putts, and this is that they're two great teams. They're two really good teams.
Was the last one in Betpage the one where Justin Leonard held the putt against Olazabal?
Hasn't been in Betpage before.
Oh, it's never been Betpage. What was the one that was in there when that happened? And then the crowd ran on the team all ran onto the green, and Olazabal had to put the half the hole.
Was it Oakmont?
Was it Oakmont? I can't remember.
I
was looking today and I was thinking about that. That's one I remembered. Like, it was just, you know.
By the power of Google,
I think it ended up being the winning putt, didn't it, Justin Leonard's? Because
It did.
Olazaban missed. He didn't miss by much either, I think.
Brookline.
There you go. All the bees.
Brookline.
Yeah, Betpage. So Betpage, where was that? US Open, was it?
Yeah, the US Open there a few years ago. It's in upstate New York, so it's...
Yeah, and I believe the scoring for that US Open was horrific, wasn't it?
Yeah, do you know what do you know how Betpage works?
No, go on.
So Betpage is a national park. Yeah. And obviously Betpage has a couple of golf courses, and one of them is called Betpage Black.
Yes.
And that's the most difficult of them. But golfers will generally come, and it's a municipal course. So it's not a private members course. So it's open to the public. And golfers will generally start queuing about 1 a.m. to play. And then they get to the top of the line, and then they'll be told you got to pay X, Y, and Z to play. But it's an unusual setup. Let's say you're not booking a tee time weeks or months in advance and stuff like that. Which is it's cool in one sense, but in another sense, don't really want to be sleeping in a park in upstate New York either. If I need to, you know what I mean?
First come, first serve.
Kind of. I mean, sleeping in the car all night, you're in a hula hoop, and then you got to go and play 18 holes.
Yeah, absolutely. And paying handsomely for the privilege.
Absolutely.
Everton, West Ham, Monday night.
Everton. Everton. Because for two reasons. Reason number one, I'm a big fan of that new stadium. Big fan of it. Looks great. And reason number two, it's because West Ham are shite.
Would that be Potter's last roll of the dice at Nuno's entry?
I'm surprised he's made it to this week. I thought they were going to pull the plug last week. I thought Palace would beat them, and I thought, that Potter would be removed and stuff like that. I think Nuno's certainly in the conversation, all right, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's the obvious choice, isn't he?
Well, there was three names in the hunt for it, wasn't there? I read Nuno, but there was also two others. West Ham next manager odds. Now let's see. There we go. There they are now. Slaven Bilic, who was there previously, he's second favourite, and Gary O'Neill, who we know did a reasonably good job at Wolves, but obviously, it's a great save, by the way. 95 minutes on the clock. Has he got one there? Hang on, hold with me. 95 minutes on the clock. Bologna throw the ball into the box, and there's a really good header from one of the Bologna players, and it's looping to the far post, and the boy Marco Bizot from Emery's rant a couple of weeks ago goes one-handed with the left hand and claws it out of the top corner. And Aston Villa have won 1-0 on the night.
There we go. Red Rain. That's Jack. Jack in the chat. Big up, Jack. Hope you're doing well. What happened to the channel, Jack? What did they say to you? That the channel got banned and taken down. Let us know what happened. What was the message you got?
Good to see you, Jack. We missed you, pal.
Arsenal's fan.
How are Tranmere getting on, Jackie? Are they flying high? Oh, what's the story? Let us know, brother. I think Everton, because I think West Ham, as I said, are absolute dirt. Just dirt.
Well, you know how I know the Bundesliga shit. Holyberg scored a hat-trick last week.
Did he?
He did.
Did he? Stop the lights.
Yeah. Make sure to smash the lights, absolutely.
Holyberg scored a hat-trick last Saturday.
Apparently for spamming and scamming. What was your reaction to that? Did you go into the thing? Did you go through? Isn't there an appeal thing, I think, or something like that? Spamming and scamming.
It's a bit strange, isn't it?
That's a weird one, yeah. With Saliba signed new contract, Konate will be Madrid player for free next season. Maybe. We shall see.
Jesus, how he did, huh? That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. The
32nd, the 53rd, and the 56 minutes. He got them quick as well. He got them in 35 minutes. Good man, Burke.
Who were they up against?
Do you know who they actually beat Eintracht Frankfurt, who are playing pretty well at the minute.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. It was that's a great win. Do you remember when this lad Burke came out initially, when he kind of hit the scene?
Mm.
And he was being talked about as one of the hottest prospects, and Leipzig wanted to throw big money on him. I think they spent about 13 million on him.
It's actually 57 million, Acers. Apparently there's a 57 million thing I read.
Maybe he has a buyout clause.
Yeah.
He has a buyout clause, that's right.
Would you take him? Would you do it? Or are you going a different way?
Not right now, I wouldn't, because I think we've obviously just, you're trying to get Hoyland out the door. You've got Sesko in. We're not necessarily creating chances for him yet. And you can't just keep pulling plugs on lads because, there's a better option. Like, something's got to work. Would Harry Kane make us better? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think it'll depend what kind of position we're in financially. And, to have a Harry Kane and a Benjamin Sesko would be phenomenal for us.
Mm.
But I know there's other areas of the pitch that we need to improve in as well. So, yeah.
There we go. Last couple of games, but doing well, apparently. They were decent goals, to be fair, Das.
Well, I'll have a little look, Ronnie. I'll have a little look when it's
might have been over. Was it the Eintracht were in Champions League action last week, weren't they?
They so were, yeah. So there might have been a little bit of that, the hangover, correct.
Jack says he did appeal and they rejected it, and I've never been monetized or promoted anything. So don't know how they can ban me for spamming and scamming.
Yeah, sounds a bit strange, Jack, doesn't it?
Jack, that sounds to me like someone you had a bit of a falling out with, or words with, or someone went and reported your channel. That doesn't sound like how can you be scamming someone if you're not monetized?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know what they mean by spamming. I mean, what would you be spamming? Like, I don't know, that's weird. Whoever is Ollie Burke's agent could sell wax of cheese.
Yeah, he really could.
Yeah. Key
going for that return. Yes, yeah.
Still think Saliba will go if Madrid come sniffing around. Yeah, but they'll have to pay wedge down. He's protecting the asset. Protecting the asset.
Nothing wrong with them goals from Burke. I have to tell you, 2 headers and then 2 breakaways. Did well, he did. I'm sure this is going to absolutely surprise the daylights out of me. How old is he these days? How old is he, I wonder? Player profile. He's only 28. Jesus.
Yeah.
He's only 28. Surely there's a call up to the Scottish national team on the way now. You'd have thought so, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Scoring hat-tricks in the Bundesliga.
Against Eintracht Frankfurt. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to, wouldn't
you? Thoughts on the Carabao Cup? I know obviously you're not involved in it and stuff like that, but any thoughts? Did you look at any of it and what you think of the draw? Or who are you thinking of? The fourth prestigious trophy that's up for grabs.
What cup is it? Oh, I've no idea about it, pal. Sorry.
The Energy Drink Cup.
No, sorry, I don't know anything about it. I only watch competitions my own team playing. No, listen.
That's what you didn't say.
Couple of good all Premier League toys, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I suppose getting Palace wasn't an ideal draw, as they're the defending champions, shall we say. Certainly not ideal. However, I still think at home you guys should have enough in the tank. Newcastle and Spurs.
Well, no, Palace are
FA Cup. Sorry,
yeah.
Newcastle and Spurs. This is huge for both of these clubs.
Yeah,
because Newcastle obviously defending champions, and Spurs. There's only 4 trophies you can win a season. Spurs got onto that gravy train last year, winning the Europa. They will want to stay on it this season. Thomas Frank would love to land that Europa and keep them moving in the right direction. I think the winner of that Newcastle Spurs game could end up in the final.
Yeah, you would think if you get past this round, there's a lot of obviously.
Yeah, I think so.
Are going to go out. You know what I mean? Because you've Arsenal, Brighton there, you've Newcastle, Tottenham, Liverpool, Palace, Wolves, Chelsea.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's a lot.
Good old Grimsby still flying high.
Knocked out Sheffield Wednesday as well, didn't he? Do you think they beat Brentford? It's unlikely, isn't it?
it's unlikely, but they're at home.
They are at home.
You know,
They are at home. So you can never say never. But listen, you'd have to think they'll get over it.
I am partial, roll me to an L League Cup. I have to say, just saying.
No, but you're not partial to a can of that stuff. You ever tried that stuff?
Wouldn't touch it. I don't drink energy drinks anyway, but I wouldn't touch it.
They gave out free cans of it one day somewhere, and I said, "Yeah, I'll try it. Yeah, no problem." Just to people. And because I don't generally drink energy drinks myself, and I took it. Wow, I took about a quarter of them, one of them small cans, and it was rough as you know what.
Yeah, I'd say so. So remember the one that Man City won there a few years ago? Remember the girls were on the pitch, the Carabao girls were on the pitch, and they were trying to hand the cans out to the players, and the players were just throwing them there on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put hairs on your nuts.
Yeah, it sure would.
Absolutely. Ballon d'Or.
Yes.
Thoughts? Anything kind of?
Not really. Like, I think a lot of it, was fairly self-explanatory. I think Donnarumma was ridiculous, so he got his award. Hannah Hampton obviously won it for England at the Euros. Serena Wiegman get hers for England at the Euros. Lewis Enrique.
First female as well, which is great to see. Yeah.
You're winding me up, aren't you?
No, just saying.
Yeah. I know you're good at it as well. You know what you're doing, pressing me.
She was very good, in fairness.
Listen, there's no doubting the girl has an awful lot of talent and stuff like that, but she's obviously gotten it for England doing so well at the Euros and winning it and stuff like that. Lewis Enrique got his. Ousmane Dembele, really, really, really delighted for Ousmane Dembele, I have to say.
Yeah. Anyone else would have been a travesty, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and like, here's the thing: Yamal's gonna get 3 or 4 of these things anyway.
Here's one for you: is there any argument in fear of upsetting Lamine Yamal's dad? Is there a case for one of the younger players off PSG maybe should have got it?
No, I think if you look at PSG, Dembele was the best of what they had.
No, but this is the young player. So you'd have the likes of
no, because Doué would be in it and stuff like that, and probably Vitinha and maybe the boys, João Neves and stuff like that. But listen, I think Dembele was the best player in the world last year, and Lamar was probably the second best player. Therefore, if he qualifies for the younger one, you give it to him. You know,
it's just looking at the parameters of it, and the team and what it achieved, and these parameters that they put out there and all stuff like that. I was just thinking, and listen, I'm a huge Lamine Yamal fan. There's no doubt about it and stuff like that, and I'm not upset in any way. But I was thinking, if you're a Doué who was excellent for PSG last year, incredible. You know what I mean? I was thinking,
yeah, he was. He absolutely was. But like, was he better than Yamal was? I don't think he was.
Yeah.
And I think he'd more around him than Yamal did as well. What? She did win it.
Yeah. She did win it.
She shouldn't have won it, though. She wasn't even the best Spanish player in the world last year. But anyway.
Yeah, no, he's unreal. He's unreal, Romy. There's no doubt about it. Like, we're not doubting the quality of Lamine Yamal at all here. Like, we're big fans of that boy. Big fans of that boy. But I don't know. I just think if you're one of those younger players on PSG with the season that they had and how influential those young players were as well, it's not like they were big part players. Vitinha was incredible, so. But then it's not fashionable sometimes to give it to a midfielder. Hey, Rodri? That's the way they look at us sometimes. Enrique, of course, no doubt. I mean, we were delighted Lewis Enrique, of course.
Absolutely.
Quick rundown. Not going to go through the Irish stuff too long, but obviously the big game tomorrow night, Shamrock Rovers at home versus Bohemian, 7:45. You would think this is title decider time, really, wouldn't you? 10 points the gap. If that gap is 13,
There's no title being decided. The title's already over, lads.
I'm trying to ham it up here.
No, there's no hamming up to be done. Just give Rovers the title and let's move on.
Fair enough.
And let them have a fair. Like, here's something I will say. I do feel we need to try and get this over with a little bit sooner to give the guys a better opportunity at Europe.
Do
you know? Wrap the league up.
You mean wrap it up, change the calendar?
Change the calendar, wrap it up a little bit quicker so that when it's game time, they're not looking at the league and this at the same time. That what they do here is in their off season, and then they come back and they can focus on their food and drink and their bread and butter of the league next year, and don't have them trying to do both at the same time.
I mean, we know that they don't have the squads for those 2 games.
They don't, but they are good football teams, and on their day they can put it up to teams. But you need to give them the proper opportunity to do it, and the league aren't doing that.
I must have missed that. My bad. I feel bad for Salah when it comes to the Ballon d'Or. The only thing I would say about that, Keith, is yes, I agree with what you're saying there, but Mo Salah's career and legacy won't be defined by the Ballon d'Or, that's for sure. What's your thoughts on that, Darren?
What? Whether Salah should have got it?
No, not whether he should have got it, but just in terms of his whole career and how consistent he's been for the last 7 to 8 years and stuff like that.
Yeah, listen, I think he's been unlucky because he's bumped into a couple of lads, hasn't he? You know, like it just seems like every year somebody has a whirly. Do you know?
Yeah.
And without the anomalies of these things, I think he would have won 1 or possibly 2 at this stage.
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened because he's bumped into a Rodri who won a World Cup and, you know, won a Champions League and won everything else in sight. And you're like, well, Rodri's the obvious choice, you know. And
some of the narrative out there this week, what did you think it was? That the fact that because he's Egyptian, it's not necessarily... What was your thinking on that? That was something that was being spun out there, that if Mo Salah was German or French or Spanish, it might be a different situation. I don't know whether that's the case or not. Mo Salah's
I'm going to just check this before I open my mouth, but I'm pretty sure I can say that there was a Liberian gentleman that won the Ballon d'Or, from what I remember.
Yeah.
So that really cuts that up, doesn't it? A little bit. Ballon d'Or winners. I just want to make sure I'm right. I think Mr. Weah won it in about 94 or something like that. If I'm right. Maybe I'm not. We'll see now in a second, won't we? Who won Ballon d'Or winners? I think Weah won it. And winners list. Yeah, let's see here. Still showing me the same one. That's not what I want to see. Ballon d'Or winners all-time list. That'll do me, Noel, won't it?
Should do.
List of the Ballon d'Ors. Let's see. Here we go. We're back. Dembele, Rodri, Messi, Benzema, Messi, not awarded. Messi, Modric, Cristiano, Messi. Right, keep going. Cannavaro, yeah, keep going. 1994, Hristo Stoichkov. 1995, George Weah, Liberia, AC Milan. I remember it myself.
Yeah.
So that kind of puts a stop to the Salah Egypt thing, doesn't it? You know, yeah, I think it stops that. It stops that question for me anyway. You know, there may be other reasons. Maybe, you know, maybe Egypt's opportunity to win a World Cup is is a little bit less than
Much less
some
than
of the other
France, Germany, and Spain. Anyway, yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we still, we still look back and, in '94, Brazil won the World Cup. Yeah. If you remember, it was Romario and Bebeto up front.
Yeah.
Well, the winner in '94 was Hristo Stoichkov because he played for Barcelona. And, so it doesn't always go that way.
Yeah.
Jesus, you look at some of the lads that have won the Ballon d'Or here. Some of them are a stretch, aren't they?
Do you know, I felt terrible for Lewandowski when the one that wasn't awarded. Was it during COVID or during the pandemic or something?
2020. Yeah, that's right.
Like, that was shocking. He was unbelievable. Like,
would you like a hot take?
Go on.
You ready now?
I'm ready.
The worst footballer to win a Ballon d'Or is?
The worst footballer to win a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah. And I don't even think it's up for discussion.
The worst one or the most I don't know. Well, we had a conversation the other day about Nedved versus Henry, didn't we?
Well, I can tell you now, Nedved's twice the footballer that this lad is, and he won a Ballon d'Or.
It's not both our own boy, is it? Because he was sensational.
It absolutely is.
He was very good that season, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, but like,
do you know what's thrown us off now that we see the parameters, and you try because the parameters that they released the other day, I don't think the parameters they've been using all along.
No, but like, look at the list, right? Rodri, like, we can see it, right? We can see it. Messi, Benzema, Modric, Ronaldo, Kaká, Cannavaro, Ronaldinho, Shevchenko, like Fat Ronaldo, like, they're all there, right? Figo, Rivaldo, Zidane, Michael Owen. Did somebody have a brain fart? The fuck is his name doing there? Stop that.
Go.
Stop that now.
Go. There you go.
Stop that. That's like, could he not have had a COVID year that year? Michael Owen. That is dreadful. On no planet was that lad ever the best footballer in the world. He might have scored the most amount of goals, but like, as footballers go, he wasn't a phenomenal footballer. He was an Olympic sprinter that could put the ball past the goalkeeper. Thanks, Philip. See?
I wouldn't mind having a few more of those Olympic sprinters who can put a ball past the goalkeeper.
He was an Olympic sprinter. Because if we look at it, when he lost the yard of pace, what happened? He fell off a cliff.
Hanging around with Shearer will do that to you, you know?
Well, when Shearer lost the yard of pace, he didn't fall off a cliff. He learned how to hold the ball up, how to run the channel, how to use his elbows, how to head the ball. Owen was, there you go, look. Easy, you
can't do that when you're like 5 foot and like 8 stone.
Michael Owen is the worst Ballon d'Or winner in history. There you go. Look, they're all agreeing with me. That's atrocious, man.
Well, roll me.
Honestly,
if you do win, we all want to go to WrestleMania.
100%. And a nice little trip to the Bernabeu for us as well. See our boy Jude. Hey, Jude. That's just for Dino.
What would you want to see Jude for when we have Grafenberg?
It's just for Dino. Actually, sorry, Romy, we're not going to Madrid.
Oh.
We wouldn't take part in watching that little rattlesnake play at right back. Not a chance. I'm a Man United fan, and I wouldn't have it.
I'll be looking forward to seeing him playing right back when they come to Anfield. But apparently he's going to be injured. There you go.
It's desperate, isn't it?
Yeah. Stinks of Neymar, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? The sister's birthday. Doesn't it? What do you think Cody Gakpo would have done to him? I'd say Gakpo would have absolutely destroyed him. Have to tell you, doing very well this season, Cody.
Yes, he's had a bit of a drop off last couple of games, but still very good.
All the big names, the Ekatikes and the Isaacs and the Verts and all, and when some lads are having good games and some lads are faltering, he's there every week with a performance, 7, 8 out of 10 every week.
And he gets on with his business, and there's nothing flash about him. And that's what he kind of goes under the radar a little bit.
Sure does. Yeah, absolutely.
Give us your bets.
Okay.
I did a few as well, by the way.
Did you? Good man yourself. Fair play to you.
Even as sick as I felt, so, but there you go.
Right, so we'll start off with my favourite.
AW tickets if we win the lotto. Be careful now.
Are you all right, man?
Those good family-friendly tickets.
Not a chance. I think you might have a little bit of trouble with the boy Mateta at the weekend, yeah?
Okay.
So I've stuck a yellow card on Ibrahima Konate.
Anfield, their second home. No, you know that.
I've gone for the boy Marco Senesi at Bournemouth. Loves kicking lads, and he's playing against Leeds the weekend. That'll be tough.
Darren is definitely not going to agree with that.
Well, don't forget, I won't allow my personal feelings to get in the way. I would agree with you, Philip. I would agree with you, because don't forget, the boy who run it, Rivaldo, didn't get past the semi-finals. Didn't get past the quarter. No, hang on. He get out of the group stages. Because us and Bayern, Barcelona and Bromby were all in the group of death.
So does that make him a worse winner than Michael Landon?
Absolutely not. He was a super footballer. You mad?
No.
Are you mad?
Quality. And always look 60 years of age. Like, get that to me, Tony Khan, for a hug and a chat.
No, thanks.
It only happened at a Fulham game. Certainly wouldn't happen at a wrestling show.
Certainly wouldn't happen at a wrestling show. I wouldn't cross the threshold. So anyway, Konate.
Look at this. Check it out.
Good man, Keith. I like it.
Unlikely to happen from the grave, though, Keith.
True enough. Konate, Marco Senesi, and Andre for Wolves. 40-1. 3 cards.
Nice.
It's the 3-card trick. Goal or assist. Mbumo back at the G-Tech.
Yeah.
Isaac for Liverpool.
I like that.
Foden, because he's hitting a bit of form. And Brennan Johnson. Because every time I watch a Spurs game, he scores or assists. Like just every time. Just every time.
Yeah.
That's not a great price. It's 15-1, but listen, it'd pay for your weekend. You know what I mean?
Big up, Keith. You even watch Liverpool games. There we go.
Me?
I presume he's talking about you, is he?
I absolutely do, Keith. Unfortunately, it's... Oh, I know. Sorry, that took a moment. I know who Keith is. Keith's my barber.
There you go.
Keith's my barber. That took a second.
That's it, Keith. Go in hard. Go in hard on him.
Keith, do you want to know the a fun fact about Keith? It's a private joke. There you go, Keith. Good man. Took me a minute here. Here was his keyboard. Look, he knows it now. Fun fact about Keith. Keith's a Spurs fan. Keith is a Spurs fan. I don't know.
Keith, tell us in the chat, how did the Spurs thing come about? We need to know this.
Keith, tell us in the chat. How's my hair look, pal? Will it look well? Thanks.
What else can he say? A week
looks great, doesn't it? Next day I get my haircut. Myself and Keith are going to Dubai together.
I was about to say that. Is this the same Keith who's going to be cutting your hair on the plane?
He's going to cut me hair on the plane, yeah. He's going to scissors me on the plane, yeah.
Pass the old
Go spinnies and all, do the whole, little light and all.
And earn a few quid at the same time. Keith, I'm sorry to hear that. Spurs fan. We need to know how did the Spurs thing come about?
Yeah. There's some heated discussions in that barbershop about football, I can tell you. Heated.
How heated can it get when it's Spurs and Man United?
Well, the gentleman who works in the chair next to Keith is a big Liverpool fan.
I just want from United back in the Van der Vaart days.
Harry Redknapp, Van der Vaart, and Robbie Keane. Deadly. And the lad that works in the chair next to Keith is a big Liverpool fan. And dare I say it, I have to be nice here because you might be listening to nice Ben. Might be a little bit of a hothead, our Ben. Just a little bit. Might be a little bit. He gets triggered a little bit now and again, our Ben. You don't even watch Liverpool games. I was like,
there we go.
I haven't missed a Liverpool game.
Keith, it's good to hear you went against it. Imagine the pain you'd be going through the last 11 years. Good Lord.
Gold.
It's magic on Keith. He did.
Did you there was that under the cosh, yeah? They do one with Yakubu. And Yakubu's talking about a few bits and pieces and he's talking about Harry Redknapp. And he said when they were winning, Harry used to turn to the boys on the bench and say, all right, boys, who has the biggest appearance bonus? And one of them would go, Gaffer, I'll $5,000 if I get on. And your man next to me go, I get 10. You go, quick, get stripped.
Probably on a cut of it.
Right? And Harry's going into the... Brilliant, isn't it?
We're missing these characters now in football, aren't we, really? We really are missing them.
Have you heard this one about Benjani?
Yeah. Insane, isn't it?
And he drops him to the airport. And he's flying from Portsmouth to Manchester, and your man meets the plane at the other end. He's like, Harry's not in the plane. He's like, what do you mean he's not in the plane? I put him on the plane myself. And he's trying to escape from the airport and all. Spill. And Harry's like, no, Benji, you have to go. They're giving us 8.5 million. Harry.
Brilliant.
Gold.
Have you any more? Or is that it? You've done your
one more.
Go ahead.
Easy there now.
Nico Crancher.
Crancher. What a player. Crancher, when he left Spurs, went to Portsmouth with Harry.
That's right.
And then his partner in crime in the centre-back department, Vedran Chorluka. Remember the two boys?
Who else did he bring in there? Did he bring in
Harry?
He was
gold.
Who was the guy, the French guy? Dugarry. Remember he brought in Dugarry, the French player?
No, that was at Birmingham. That wasn't Redknapp.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. He went to Birmingham.
Oh, did he? No. I thought he brought him into Portsmouth. No, there you go.
It was Birmingham. He had a few. He had how'd your man Pedro Neves or Pedro Mendes? Remember he scored the World League? Yeah. Right, here's my last one. I'm finishing up. Chelsea, I'm about to score against Brighton. Our friend Dynamo will be happy with that. United about to score against Brentford and draw. I'm about to score in the Villa Fulham game, and that'll give you 50-1. You're welcome.
Okay, I'll start off with the smallest to the biggest. So straight up here, I have Brentford to beat United, Tottenham to beat Wolves.
Look, you couldn't even lift your head out of the phone when you were saying it.
Not feeling well.
Look at you. I'm not feeling well. That's why I can't make eye contact with you. You shady fucker, you. Get out with you, Brentford.
Well, you started off the show with calling me a snake, so I may as well continue with that.
Fuck's sake. I tell you what, man.
Newcastle to beat Arsenal, which I'm sure you'll be shocked at. And Everton to beat West Ham. And that will give you 28-1.
And that's your smallest one?
Yeah, that's my smallest.
I think you've more chance of the fucking Marsons landing now.
So this one is 64-1.
Jesus Christ. Here we go.
And this is Brighton to beat Chelsea.
Peps misses to score a header in the second half.
Liverpool to beat Palace. Bournemouth to beat Leeds. And Fulham to beat Aston Villa. 64-1. And then
it's just a straight accumulator.
Yeah. And this is then resultant about the score. And this will
here we go.
Get you,
what are we going to?
This will get you going to Mania. This is 960-1. I'm coming back with a bang. I haven't done bets in a few weeks, so I'm back with a bang.
This will get you to man. You tenner on this. You can hang up your bookie's pencil. Go on, go.
Tenner on this, you can take the rest of the year
gold.
off. You just goes through Christmas and everything.
Sure, I'm doing that at this stage.
Anyway, Brighton and both the score against Chelsea.
Brighton and both the score against Chelsea. You're shitting on Chelsea now as well. Jesus. There'd be no one left for you to talk to them to chat at this stage.
I know. Sure, if Ian was on here, he'd be doing
the
same
WhatsApp
thing.
group.
He's in uproar at the moment over Chelsea. Blue Coal, his favourite company. Liverpool and both the score against Crystal Palace. What?
The double standards are unbelievable, man. Do you know?
What's the double standards there?
Oh, I'll shit United. I'll shit on Chelsea, but Liverpool will win. Get up out of that, will you?
Well, we both predicted Liverpool would win in the show. Can't change me narrative. You hardly think I'm going to go against my own team, do you? Fulham about to score against Aston Villa.
There's more?
Yeah, one more. Newcastle about to score against Arsenal. And that gives you 960 to 1. And I'm actually going to do this bet.
You know when
that's how confident I feel.
You know when people get to this part of the show, they're just going to start muting you. They're going to be like, beep.
That's okay. That's okay. Oh, the wingy. I hear he's still waiting on Harry Redknapp outside QPR.
Gold.
Absolutely. Was it just me or did Pedro Mendes look like a Portuguese Frank Gallagher?
He absolutely did. I watched a great film the other night. Or the other day.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at a guy in the film and I'm going, this lad looks a bit familiar. And I was like, got up out of the chair. I think I might have even put my glasses on and went, Frank Gallagher. Right? Do you know what the film was? Anyone in the comments, have you got a t-shirt and a hat or a mug or a fucking cuddly toy or something? If anyone can name the film I watched that Frank Gallagher was in, we'll give you a prize. Great film, by the way. Great film.
Is it really? It must be ancient, is it?
It's a few years old, let's say. Hot Fuzz. It's not Hot Fuzz. Was he in Hot Fuzz?
There you go.
Was that the only one?
That's the only one so far, yeah. Absolutely.
It's from 1992.
Oh, well, then you let them all go out. Well, now they're able to all go off and just Google it now.
Well, yeah, well, you know, great film. Great film. I had a bit of spare time last week and I might have watched this in my spare time.
Do you know what I watched the other evening? I was here on my own and I was watching that film, Weapons, the new one that's out, the new horror kind of movie.
Haven't seen
it. It's the one where the kids are running around with the arms out and all.
Not a big horror fan now, I have to be honest. No, that's not it.
You had all the time in the world to Google it and they're still getting it wrong.
What do you Google? 1992 film with Frank Gallagher in it? Like, does that come up? I don't know if that comes up, does it?
Right. Of course it does.
Right,
but just go to Frank Gallagher's IMDb. You can't have done that many movies in 92.
Maybe not. Great film. Will it put you out of your misery? Or will I give them one more minute?
Well, put us out of misery here.
It was a great flick, by the way. Patriot Games.
Oh, yeah. Very good.
Bit of a north-south, an ex-CIA agent stops terrorist kidnapping attempt of a minister in London and ends up slaying one of the kidnappers, but the dead man's brother vows revenge against the agent and his family. Sean Penn was in it, I think. No, Sean Bean was in it. And Samuel L. Jackson was in it, and James Earl Jones was in it, and one Frank Gallagher was in it.
Was Harrison Ford in it?
Harrison Ford was yeah. Harrison Ford was the main character in it. Very, very good film.
That kind of early 90s through to about 94, 95, there was a lot of those kind of political movies came out and they were pretty good.
Yeah, so it would be something like, you know, along the same lines of in the name of the father type thing. Do you know what I mean? That kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
But great film, I have to say. Really, really good film. I don't know if I'd seen it before, but I thoroughly enjoyed it now, I have to say.
Sounds like my miss.
Jesus.
Jesus. She's not watching, I take it. Yeah. But until next time, folks, if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, drop a like in the video. I'm still waiting to hear back from Dino, but I think we're doing the Crystal Palace preview tomorrow night. And of course, we'll keep you updated on Bowes, Shamrock Rovers versus Bowes as well as we do. She's on her mass.
Who do you want to win a game between Bowes and Shamrock Rovers now? Like, who'd be our,
Rovers. Rovers by a country mile. Like. Yeah, so I used to go and watch Rovers in Milltown years and years ago because I lived in Clonskea.
I'd be
sorry, I lived in Goatstown. I shouldn't say Clonskea. But Clonskea would be.
We'd be more Shells fans this neck of the woods, But if it was between Rovers and Bowes, it'd have to be Rovers. I just don't like Bowes.
I went to see Liverpool play Shells pre-season back in 95, I think it was. Just after we had signed Babino. Was it 95, 94?
Yeah.
Ruddock walked out last. He was a sub, and he walked out last. And as you can imagine, pre-season, he was carrying a bit of timber. And the torture they gave him. The torture the fans gave him.
I'd say it was probably a pretty similar era. And my dad brought me down to Tolka Park. We sat behind the goal. I reckon it was about the summer of 94. Because don't forget, the World Cup was on, right?
Yeah.
USA 94. And Shells were playing a pre-season friendly against Spurs. And the talk was we were going to see the mighty Jurgen Klinsmann.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, it didn't really materialise. We ended up with Dean Austin and, Eric Torstvedt and guys like this and Gordon Jury and, these sort of lads. But the most memorable part of the whole thing was the boys decided they were going to play a game of heads and volleys at halftime. They were having a little kickabout. And the ball got lobbed into... Remember Nick Barmby?
Yes.
Ball got lobbed into Nick Barmby, right? And he absolutely levels one. And it takes off like a Scud missile. And it sails over the crossbar. And me and the outfielder are sitting there and we're watching this. And the outfielder's after turning sideways. And the ball is arrowing for him like this. And I'm only a kid. I'm only about 10. And I just went like that and stuck the heel of my hand up. And the ball hopped off my hand. And it must have went 40 yards in the air. But there was people all standing around, stuffing up and applauding me. And the outfielder was looking the other direction. Hadn't got a Scooby what was going on.
It's mad,
it was gold. It was gold. Now, he absolutely... Because, he looked into the crowd and he was, great save and all like
He's
this.
He's some player.
He was a good player. Was a good player, yeah. Was a real good player.
Very good. Great
back in the Darren Anderton era. Remember Darren Anderton? Another good player. Couldn't stay fit. God bless him. Sick now. Good footballer though.
That was the problem. Yeah. Donnelly at Celtic was the same. Remember, he's an unbelievable player as well, and he just kept getting injured. Right, until next, we see you tomorrow night, hopefully 8 o'clock, myself and Dino for Crystal Palace versus Liverpool.
Not sure I'll make it for the Liverpool one, lads. Just saying.
You could jump in the chat.
To heckle you.
Change your YouTube profile to Jude Bellingham or something like that. Jump into the chat. Jude, Dino.
I'm just here because I heard him shite, and Ryan Gravenberch can teach me a thing or two. Yeah, fuck, will you?
There we go. Hot take.
Gold.
Right. Have a good week, folks. Enjoy the football of the weekend and up the Reds.